Okay, what the heck were we doing? We were playing
We
D&D, I remember
were
that much.
I had just dispelled a scrying attempt from lore, and I think we're continuing on to Morgar's Mound. And we don't know who was attempting because we have no way of finding out. We were lucky that we figured out that we were being scryed on at all.
Hmm.
It's
Um,
not luck, it's the insane skill of your druid, but go ahead.
Okay.
Minimize that to make yourself feel better. It's
right.
okay.
Okay. Um, sure. I've got my spells back. We're on our way to the mound. Tell us what we see.
Awesome. As you fly across the land, heading towards Morgar's mound, the first thing that you notice from the air isn't necessarily something incredibly huge or large, but you see. Well, they're relatively large, and as you get down there, you'll recognize that these are cairns encircling this mound out to a range of a quarter of a mile. So there is some sort of marker or uh, perimeter created with these larger cairns a quarter mile out from this mound as you approach it from the air. Again, combination of Harshnag's map and everything like that. You find yourself there relatively easily. And again, since you're coming from the air, what you do notice is the mound itself, and I'll move you there in a second, is shaped like a kind of a crude wingless dragon, like a long necked serpent type thing. And let us. Whoops, wrong
Like a
screen.
basilisk.
Well, let's have a look at it, and then you can tell me what you think it looks like. Oh,
Um,
we need to drag your characters on in order for you guys to actually see what this thing looks like.
and just to be clear, I am, second.
It's a gecko.
I, I will have done my my ritual. My brain's not working. Before we got off, so that the first 10 minutes is all like quick quick scan.
Well, it
Also,
Because
depends. Do we
it's
see
confusing.
anything living here? Like, are we about to find ourselves surprised? There's an orc or whatever.
so what I was going to say, Daphne, did you want to do your invis thing and then we all go out and about, kind of like we did before, or are we just going to walk straight up? And did we
There's.
park the airship away from this area?
I assume we would have parked away. There is just the three of us, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I can, I think, get all of us and Jareg, because I can do it as a fourth level spell. No, that just gets three of us. So we'll have Jareg and Mini Penny kind of hiding. We'll just pretending that they're normal creatures in the area,
Exactly.
and we can all three be invisible.
Brett, would you like a roll for Mini Penny for stealth? I can do that for you.
No, I think that's. I think having them just kind of flying high above.
No, being whatever it is that doing whatever it is that owls and pseudo dragons do.
You
Gotcha.
yeah. You tell them to fly
Aiding
naturally.
each other.
Yeah, don't try and fly normal. Don't look like you're trying to keep your distance, but keep your distance. I don't know, fly
Don't they?
casual.
Fly casual.
Fly
Don't
casual. What
confuse
does that
those.
mean?
Yeah, but
That's a great Star
don't
Wars
look.
reference.
Yeah, don't look like you're trying to fly casual.
I
Aren't you?
love it.
I'm confused because I thought that like pseudo dragons and owls ate each other.
No, they don't. They probably don't interact very often. I can think
No,
of
they're
plenty of a
besties. They're
story of
besties.
exactly. Minnie Penny and Jarig must get along by now.
Oh, by now I'm sure they do.
Plus, Jareg is so much smarter than Mini Penny. Mini Penny just likes to cuddle. So, like, if Jareg's cool with that, I think they're going to be best friends.
Oh yeah, easy.
Interesting.
Okay, so you and how long does the invisibility last again?
An hour. An hour.
An
I
hour.
believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as we damn well wanted to, don't question us.
That's right. Yeah. Get it right.
Up to 1 hour concentration. So
Okay.
I'm holding this invisible thought in my head while we're doing this.
So how far away do you want to land the airship obviously, the further away you land it, the more. Well, no, I guess no. Excuse me. Let me change my question. At what point, when you approach the mound, you decide to turn the invisibility on?
About
Like how many?
10 minutes away.
Perfect. I was going to say how many minutes away. All right, so you got 50 minutes of invisibility as you arrive here. And yes, it does look like a large gecko. Deathic's comment from a few minutes ago.
It's a gecko.
So you
It is a gecko.
so
Awesome.
you again you notice from the air these larger cairns encircling this thing as a bit of a perimeter from like about a quarter mile out. As you approach closer as you approach closer with the mound via your invisibility, you notice that the cairns closer in, that you can see them now all over the place, are ruined. They've been not necessarily
desecrated.
yeah, but not necessarily kicked over like the last place, but they've been they've been dug up. And you will also see at different spots in the map as well where these excavations have occurred. Whether this is grave robbers, whether this is desecration, whether this is archaeological, there's obviously been some poking around, investigation, digging, and all that kind of stuff going on in the area. And as you approach and more or less where you are right now on the map, that's kind of what you see.
Ventus will turn to Belial, kind of get up close to him and whisper, "What do your elf eyes see?"
Um,
And I worked it in again.
I laughed so hard when you did the Brial. What do your elk eyes see?
I like that one
That
too.
was glorious. That was absolutely glorious.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one too.
Well, so looking around, any hints of magic?
Let me see.
Just give us all the magic items. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's code. It's code. Give me all the things. Give me all the things.
And I will be moving with Belial as he goes about his search. Like, if he needs to move, I'll go with him.
Gotcha.
I assume Krev will as well.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's a reason for us to split up yet.
No, sir.
As you move around this area doing your detect magic thing, which will probably take you about well, at least 5 minutes, maybe close to 10 with all the sensing and stuff like that. Just keeping an eye on the invisibility. You certainly get a faint sense of something here.
Can you ping it again?
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
Yeah, right here, underneath
Okay.
underneath the ground. So you're gonna figure that digging is going to be required, and then as well over here, like where the head is, as it were, is another sense of something there.
Okay, so what is my best digging form?
Like a mole or a badger? I don't know. What do you got?
Hold on, I'm looking.
There should be a dire badger.
Ooh, nice. Oh, that's the one that can pop up out of the ground and fucking fuck with people. That's awesome.
Yeah, if you got something with burrowing, that would be best. Although obviously, even in invisibility, you start burrowing. They're going to see the results of that.
I can minor illusion a little bit and kind of mitigate that just a little bit, perhaps.
Okay.
Would that be possible?
I could try and complement his minor illusion. We both have it.
Yeah.
But mostly I think it's just that we could probably keep the digging silent.
Where the hell is my...
Ooh, silence. That would be a great spell for me to pick up. Damn it. What a great idea. Okay.
There we go. Okay, so burrow. Burrow. What is that?
Giant badger.
Giant
Speed.
wolf
Burrow.
spider.
There's
Just curious, how many animal forms do you have? Brian? Like just a number?
Lots.
Yeah, all of them. So there is a giant badger. It has a burrow of 10 feet.
He can go
Swarm
into
of beetles.
Ew.
Swarm of centipedes.
Vorpal. He can go into a
Ew.
bunch. He can go. He can go to a bunch of beasts, which I think You've got about 50 beasts. Everything from like
Oh my god!
giant wasps to war horse
Wonderful.
to a crocodile.
Yeah, it's basically a summary of Appendix A of the Monsters Manual, I think.
Yeah.
I can be a giant badger. I
Yeah,
can be a dire. Screw that, dire badger. No.
I don't think there is one, but I'm looking.
Whatever. Now there is. Swarm of beetles. I'm just thinking what would be better.
Something kind of strong.
So out
You
of
might need to move whatever's underneath there out.
Badger's a good idea because it really could dig the whole thing up easy.
And it has the highest burrow speed.
Mhm.
Or rate. Double of anything else that burrows, so.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Very nice.
Yeah, so okay, so I'll turn into a giant badger and start digging my way through.
Okay, and on the minor illusion side, remember that this has a duration of just 1 minute, so you can you can attempt to kind of hide the effects of this happening, but it's only going to last for about a minute.
Okay,
probably not
well,
worth
it's a
it.
cantrip, so I'm just going to cast it over and over
Oh, okay, I got you.
Me
Yeah.
and Krev and I are sitting there with our heads together, and we're kind of in like this cool little trance. He's got his cat eye slits going, and I got my...
Yeah,
My
invisible this
wizard.
time, though. Oh, wait.
Yes.
The invisibility. Will this take the
No.
invisibility off?
No, sir, it will not, because it is a cantrip.
Yes.
This is
but
great, because you
is
can
this
be invisible
concentration? I need to check if this concentration, because the invisibility is.
Well, the thing about cantrips is none of them are concentration, so I think you're going to be okay.
I think
Okay,
I think
am.
yeah, I think you're okay too. We've always taken cantrips as this is just snapping your fingers. You can do this literally without
Then, yeah.
thinking.
I will support. Basically, follow Ventus's lead and support him as best I can with coordinated illusioning.
Okay, let's do
Try
that.
That being said,
Now.
considering I have a 10-foot per round burrow, you guys only need to keep it for like a second.
Okay,
'Cause
good.
I'm gone.
Good.
I'm gone. Like as fast as you guys can like do it, I'm gone.
So as soon as he goes in the ground, we minor illusion the hole that he made, and we try to deafen the sound with Krev. So
Okay.
I will illusion the hole, and he will deafen the sound.
Okay, who between Krev and Ventus, whoever feels that they have the better Arcana roll, give me a roll with advantage just to see how well you knit this all together.
That would be Ventus, because I have a penalty to that.
Roger, yes, sir.
It's like
19.
19. Because it's kind of like that scene in Speed where you've got the videotape on loop and you don't want anybody to notice when it switches over.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
you successfully hide all this while Bral goes digging away. Now Bral, which of those two spots are you digging at? Like where have all you guys congregated? Is it the one there where Krev just moved to, or was the head one?
The head one.
Okay, then I will move myself over here.
Okay.
Just to indicate that that's where we are.
Because Ventus
Hey,
and Krev
Glenn.
were successfully casting this beautiful minor illusion well away from where you were digging.
Yeah, but I'm
don't
invisible.
worry.
So okay, so they can do their illusion and God, I'm having a blonde moment today for sure. Give me a second.
Are you
Um,
blonde, Witchy?
Shut up. I have no
Okay.
idea what you're talking about. I'm sure. So melee. No, 1d20 then. Okay.
Okay. And while you're having your blonde moment, Vorpal, you were going to say something a couple minutes ago?
Oh, no, I was going to mention that if Barial needs a break and wants to go to his phone, I would be happy to move his character around.
Oh, gotcha.
So for me in the past so many times.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so I am not very stealthy, but I'm being silenced or whatever. So I guess that works still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had envisioned that Ventus and Krev are off in the other spot, and they're sitting there going, "Look how well this is working! You can't even tell that Brial is digging in this spot. It's amazing. We are like,
Well,
we're such amazing sorcerers, and
We're chest bumping and high fiving.
exactly."
It's really awkward because we're both invisible. We don't know where each other is.
Yes.
and I don't even know if you guys know where I am because I scurried off, right?
Yeah. So
We see the hole. We have an idea.
So, Witchy, you, Brial, in your form, you go digging in the general direction that your detect magic indicated. Give me a 1d100, please.
These are always fun.
Yep.
37.
Oh, now isn't that interesting? Let me see if I can't. So you find a flask with
A ring of witches inside?
exactly. You find a flask with some liquid inside. I assume that you bring it up to the surface, and at any time that you take a little bit of taste of this to try to figure out what it is a potion of animal friendship.
Ooh.
Which you can find in the SRD if you wish. I wish I could when I pull up the SRD I could share it like the journals. When you drink this potion, you can cast Animal Friendship spell for 1 hour at will. Agitating this muddy liquid brings little bits into view: a fish scale, a hummingbird tongue, a cat claw, and a squirrel hair. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Lets you convince a beast that you mean no harm.
Okay.
Brial, don't you already have a spell for that? If you do, I would suggest giving it to Krev.
Well, we'll wait until I can speak.
Okay.
So I dragged that out. Are these guys up top awaiting?
Yes.
Of course.
So I just drag it out and
If you want to,
flop it.
you can kind of trace out in the dirt. Found this, you keep it.
I just drag it out and I drop it down, and then I scurry off towards the other spot.
Okay.
All right, I'll grab it and carry on after the badger.
Okay. So off you go to spot number 2. Same thing kind of happens. Excuse me. And whoever wants to give me who wants to give me the next 1d100?
Got it.
13. And you find another potion, and you drag that up to the top. And you know what? Just for fun, give me another 1d100. Just for giggles. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Don't mess with me.
Scratch
Don't
that.
mess with me. No, take back seat.
No, I'm not taking backsies. You're digging down, and maybe it's the physical effort or something like that. You thought you saw a potion, but as you kind of take your breath, there is a wand-like thing at the bottom of this hole that you dig.
I tuck that under my arm so they don't see it when I come out. I just put my hands up like, not what? No, I'm kidding. I pull it out and I flop it down as well, and I bang my tail down on the ground like I'm a beaver, but I'm not.
Okay. I look.
Krev and I will immediately take a look at this.
Okay.
I'm using you as advantage.
Gotcha.
Really? Hold on. What's your AC?
No. My roll was 21.
Yeah, but I think
No.
You might have had higher.
Your AC for me to bite you if you go to take it.
Oh, no. I was just looking at it with Krev's assistance. Since you popped it on the ground.
you come across a wand of magic detection.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And this
Okay.
go for it.
I was gonna say we need this very badly.
Yep. I'm going to pick it up and say, Wand of Magic Detection. Witchy.
Well, you guys don't know
you
that
will no
yet.
longer have to do your rituals.
You guys probably won't know what it is yet. I'm just telling
We
you.
just
do I
got
not
told
know
because of the
what we want?
Arcana check.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. I thought. Okay.
No, I bent the rules on that one a little bit just to find out what it is now. Yes, typically you would do a identification or you would snuggle up with it for an hour,
Okay.
but what the hell?
So Jericho does have the identify spell. This is a non-combat situation. Can we just kind of push the Jericho does identify button?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh, that makes more sense.
I was
Yes.
gonna say that anyway, so
yeah.
Okay, good.
I didn't because I was being a dick.
I know that means technically Jericho is here and not invisible, but gloss over
Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah.
We drag it back, and we do it there. I mean, it doesn't have to be this second,
Yeah.
right?
We send
So
Jarek off with it
we
in
will
his
not
hands.
use this. Yeah, we will not use this until we get back to the airship.
Absolutely.
How's that?
Gotcha.
Sorry, I'm on Roll20 now, so I want to roll the things and push the buttons.
Yep, no worries.
Yar.
So wand
in
of
terms
magic.
of-
Sorry, go ahead.
In terms of holding, let's leave it with the sorcerer.
Okay.
Are you sure? Because I was going to give it to you, Defik. So, are you sure?
I am fine with this. I'm totally fine with you having it.
Okay. Is it something that requires a tune, Brett?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, good.
The wand has 3 charges, and while holding it, you can expend 1 charge as an action to cast a detect magic spell from it, and it regains 1d3 daily at dawn.
That's fantastic. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
I'm adding that right now.
No problem.
That's going to be so useful.
Yeah.
You gotta appreciate the druid because he's awesome. Just reminding you.
I appreciate all of you guys. Now, we still have to find the relic in this place. Assuming it hasn't already been, stolen from the previous excavations.
Or how do you know the potion of animal friendship isn't the relic?
We don't, to be honest.
Certainly nothing. You haven't uncovered anything relic-like in.
Yeah, nothing giant-sized. Actually, look at the bones that are here. Are any of them loose?
No, they're still pretty settled in the ground, as you kind of lean up against one and give it a push and what it gives a little bit, like in certain areas the ground is a little soft and things like that, but loosen and about like it pulls out or goes back in easily, not so much.
Okay.
Can someone remind me how to whisper in Roll20? I forgot.
Slash W.
Slash W space, then the name of the person.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, sirs. Thank you.
So it's slash W space Rob, you're amazing. Or no, wait. It's slash W space Brow, Rob, you're amazing. There you go. And I know, you don't even have to tell me.
The confidence of youth. Wait a second.
Hey.
I'm not young anymore. I'm an old fart now.
I think I'm now technically the youngest one here.
Are you younger than 32?
No, actually.
Vorpal's the youngest one here, then.
I'm the youngest. Yay, I win.
Cool.
I'm younger than 32 in my brain. That counts for anything.
By the way, life starts at 30. I decided.
So as you're roaming around this this area and you've done your detect magic, you notice those 2 magical things that you dug into. You look at the other excavations and you're looking at the bones and things like that. Some of the excavations are fresher than the others, but none of them look too fresh. Like not in the last couple days or last couple weeks. But that was all your detect magic uncovered.
All right. Well, then I'm going to bring out the wand and expend 1 charge and see if I can find the item of importance.
Okay. You cast your detect magic spell through the wand. You do another sweep of the area, and it doesn't seem like there's anything else magical in the area. You don't detect anything else magical.
All right. I look to Barial and I say, I found nothing. Um, do you have any idea where this relic might be? Because I am at a loss. So.
And there was no trace magic even.
Because usually there's trace, right?
Like there's that Dwemer that I usually sense if it's been removed or.
Yeah, there was no trace magic that you could sense. And at this point, invisibility. I imagine you guys are having quiet little conversations. Your invisibility is still going. Probably about 30-ish minutes left, maybe a little bit less. I'm kind of assuming that Krev and Ventus, while you're having this conversation, are like, are you still trying to keep the digging covered, or have you said nuts to that, and all of a sudden these two holes appear?
I think nuts to that and the two holes appear at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. So no, yeah, no trace. And again, quiet conversation, still invisible for 20, 25-ish more minutes.
So describe to me the middle part where we are. Describe to me what it looks like.
It's on. Go ahead.
Was it like is there a cairn here or what was it?
The cairns are outside, so they kind of like little cauliflower type things. And then there are larger cairns a quarter of a mile out, creating a bit of perimeter around this thing, if you can imagine it that way. Up on top where you are, I'll talk about this area. That's just happens to be where your token is. Ventus, where Ventus's token is a little bit higher, as you can see from the bottom sense. These are just like dirt has been mounded up in a certain way to create a certain shape from the air. You're on the head there with these bones sticking in that is, I guess, making it look like a dragon with bones coming out of its spine. And in certain areas, there have been digging into the side of the mound. Whether somebody was searching for it doesn't really look like somebody was actually trying to desecrate the place.
Where those digging places were.
Yep.
And I want to dig.
Okay.
I would agree. Like anywhere that there is like some sort of grave or mound or cairn or anything like that, like that's where we found it before, I believe.
I want to look at where something's been already disturbed, and I want to see if there's any evidence that something's been removed. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Give me an investigation check, please.
Can we assist?
What's that?
Underground. I'm
Oh, I was asking.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
So you're still in badger form doing this, or whatever form you took.
Yes. Did it go?
Yeah, you got a 14. And I'm sorry, what you were investigating to see if anything had been removed or something like that.
Any evidence of anything having been removed?
Mm-hmm.
So someone's been digging here. They were looking for something. Is it just a bunch of like loose ground, or is there any sort of like, I don't know, just any hint?
Mm-hmm.
There is a thing that says excavations with a pointer to it.
Yeah, and that's what he's checking out. Like all these kind of breaks, as they were these
Gotcha.
Were these
okay.
Yeah. So something has come along here and dug at these things, and you get the sense that it's not a desecration type thing, because the one like the bones would have been smashed over and the cairns would have been smashed open and stuff like that. Although these cairns are they're ruined, quote unquote, but again, it looks like more of a, hey, what's in these cairns? Let's have a look. So if you can imagine a cemetery, the gravestones aren't kicked over, but graves are dug up. Let's put it that way. Okay. So you're checking out a few.
Do I find bones or anything though? Like, so what do I find in here when I'm digging around?
As you roam around the cairns, you do find some bones scattered that you've seen that sense before, that these cairns are for the bones of the dead, the venerated of the barbarians. In these areas where you actually see it dug out, no, you don't get the sense that this is kind of a where something was laid to rest or something like that. some of them are pretty old excavations, so you can't really determine anything from that. But some of the fresher ones, you certainly get the sense that in a couple of them, there was something there. Certainly not giant sized, if that's what you're looking for, but something there that had been excavated, removed, taken, and based on what you guys were able to kind of come up with, you kind of feel like there were various items buried here, and by hit or miss or by detect magic, they were found and taken.
Okay. So I'll come back out and I guess I kind of move to some place that's not right inside the cairns that seems a little safer.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess turn back into the sexy elf that these guys, dream about. And
Bo-
shut up.
boil,
And
borrow some of Laura's oil and start smothering it all over your body.
he's borrowing mine. What are you talking about? And we're still invisible.
Yeah, you'd probably have about 15ish minutes left of the invisibility.
And do these guys? So we do not see each other when we're invisible?
I think
Or
when you're invisible,
faster?
I think when you're invisible, you see. I'm just going back up to the invisibility thing, but I think when you're invisible, you see things uh, in that plane.
At least you'll be able to see our footprints and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can smell you guys. That's not an issue.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm worried more that you guys can't smell me because your inferior senses amongst everything else.
Oh, you're a druid. You're well smelled.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, we're wandering
Yeah.
about still looking for the damn relic, and I use my wand, the new fancy thing, and there's nothing fucking neat.
Well, I'll become human and I'll call over to those guys basically and say, guys, I think this is a bust.
All right.
Dentist will say, "Damn, we were beaten again to the goal. Let's hurry on to the next place before they get there, if they have not
Yes.
already plundered it."
I agree. Let's go.
Any random
So-
encounters?
We trek off to the ship, and I chastise them again for being of the wrong religion, and I wait.
So you chastise them again for not being part of.
Yeah, for being the opposite of Bahamut, basically.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's a recurring theme.
And then off you go to.
Ralph seems frustrated.
Off you go to Raven Rock.
That is the last one, correct?
That's the last one.
All right, let's do it.
And once again, if you remember, all the reason for all this was the Oracle said the more relics you bring back to me,
How far is
the
this one?
more specific information I can give. This one is about 120 miles away. I think the ship goes at about 8 miles an hour. So whatever that quick math is,
Lots of time.
15 hours.
So we have lots of time. So I tell them, don't push the ship as hard as it can go. Take a day. It's fine, and give everybody some berries.
Hey, Brett, I know you're doing stuff, but can you center us on where we are on the map?
Yep. No problem.
Aha! Thank you, sir.
So you just left Morgo's Mound to the southeast there, and you're heading to Raven Rock. And yes, Laz says, yes, the last relic. Yes, we will be somewhat close to our great patron. as you go flying off.
What? Close to the Great Patron. Wait.
Cloth in Clothin's Vale.
Hmm.
You had heard. Actually, it was Krev, I think, way back when in Waterdeep when he was checking out the bars, had picked up on some rumors, and he had heard of a great red dragon in Clothin's Vale. He'd heard different rumors. He had heard that very generous dragon, hands out stuff. He also heard that it can be quite mean, especially if you disrespect it or its area and things like that. But you won't be very close to. You'll still be miles away from it.
I'm guessing the definition would be fickle and vain. Cross him and he'll basically eat you. But can be beneficial, for lack of a better term, if it suits him.
That was the general sense that you got amongst the people you spoke to. All right, off you go to Raven Rock. It's about I think I figured it's a 12 hour or something like that ride. Once again, Harshnag's map steers you well. It is obviously starting to get colder again, even though it's kind of springtime, as it were, in Faerun. You are far to the north. There is a smattering of snow on the ground as you follow the river north to the next mound. And if you can, once again, drag yourselves on, if you don't mind, please and thank you. What kind of day are you hoping to arrive around here? Because again, you guys get to control. Do you get there as quickly as possible? Oh, I just resized you like crazy there, Kraft. Dusk.
Yeah, dusk works.
We really enjoyed dusk. Yes, sir.
You like your dusk, especially Brile does these days for whatever reason. He just really likes dusk. Who knows why?
Because it's nice on my eyes.
I will explain what you see.
Is Brile still pale?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like very, and he's also still cold to the touch a lot. Whenever you touch him, and he also is always sensitive to light.
He's not like shivering.
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
So as you approach from the airship to begin with, you again see this thing called Raven Rock. There's not a lot of incredibly huge or humongous things here. So as you approach closer on foot, and are you doing your typical invisibility thing? You haven't had a long rest yet. You've had a short rest. Are you doing your?
That's fine. I get the spell back after the short rest, and
okay.
we invisible ourselves 10 minutes out.
Okay. And as you approach closer, you see this large statue of a raven, which obviously gives it its name. You can see it on the upper map, and then the what do they call those? Bird's eye view, and when you're looking architectural maps, when you're looking straight on.
Isometric.
Isometric. Thank you. This large raven there. You've got some cairns. Again, the typical type of thing. You got a smattering of snow. You would imagine that if you came here in the winter, this place would just be half buried in snow based on its latitude and things like that. You have this altar off to the side with these four menhirs around it. Again, kind of in the typical situation you've seen: 12, 3, 6, and 12, 3, 6, and 9. And same thing with the Raven Rock. Is you have around it as well the same type of things, and you see these four giant ravens perched quietly on roosts, sitting there, these wooden roosts. Um, and they, well, sorry, you're invisible, so what I was about to say wouldn't. Anyways, uh, actually, you know what? Give me a stealth check for everybody. Let's see how quietly you show up here, and also, okay.
Oh, not well.
No, not well at all. So they kind of as you approach and
I'm like
whatever.
yelling, "What are you guys
Yeah.
doing?" Ah.
Where are you?
You're making snow angels. We were like, Ryle, what? I don't.
But they're so pretty.
So as you approach, there's the crunching of snow, and there's footsteps, footprints that you can't quite cover as well as you'd like to, and you notice two or three of the ravens kind of crock their heads towards your general direction. They don't react, they don't fly away, they don't squawk, they don't attack, but they can certainly hear something in the direction that you are coming from.
Ventus notices this, leans towards Barile, and just says, "Just go up and talk to him."
I can do that. So I do a ritual.
We have that potion if you want to use it. By the way.
Yeah, no, that's the animal friendship.
No, but I can do my little ritual. It doesn't take too long.
These are how big are these?
Okay,
ravens?
sounds good.
How big are they're large. They're actually they're called giants. So let's just see. I think they are large though. Yes, they are large. So they're the size that Brile gets when Brile does shapeshifting. Yeah.
Can Brile do a nature check? I'll assist because I have a feeling ravens tend to be quite smart, and a giant raven might actually be smart enough to have a conversation with.
Yeah, go ahead. Do a nature check with advantage.
Too many windows open. Okay, I'm closing the lore. I don't need them anymore. Okay. Nature. Did that go?
Yep. 23 with the advantage. You know lots about giant ravens. You've studied them in great detail. You know that they can certainly understand language, typically common, but they can't speak themselves. You know that similar to direwolves, they have pack tactics in terms of melee fighting.
And just to be clear, these are larger ravens than normal?
Yeah, these are so in the category of small, medium, large, huge, gargantuan. They are large.
So
In the
ravens the
category of
size of a horse.
in the
Yes.
category of shape-shifting, as I try to shape-shift into one.
CR, you mean?
Yeah, because this isn't in my list. I
Uh,
have swarm of ravens and I have ravens, but I don't have big-ass, giant, gorgeous raven that wants to be turned into.
they are a challenge of one, and the reason why it's probably not on your list is they are based off the giant vulture stat.
Okay, so it's a giant vulture that looks like a raven.
So then I'm going to look at these guys and kind of like cock my head. I'm going to start to do the ritual. Like, why am I doing this? And then I look at it because I've never seen one of these guys before.
Brile, stop for a second. Think. You'll be able to talk to them, fine. But this is supposed to be a conversation with all of us. If you can just speak to them, we'll be able to have all of us in on the conversation rather than just you.
It takes longer, and I want to show off to them. And maybe gain their trust.
You'll be able to gain their trust regardless. And if it doesn't work, you can turn into one. Why am I thinking of these things?
Because you're not thinking like a druid. I suppose I could do it that way. So yeah, begrudgingly.
Testing. Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
No.
Sorry, I keep losing connection for some reason. Apologies. I was going to say to Barial, go for it. Whatever you think is best, sir.
Oh, Krev wants in on the conversation. Let's humor him. Even if it takes longer. It's only 10 minutes. What's 10 minutes in the grand scheme of things? So I do my ritual.
This is your detect magic ritual?
No, his
my
talk with animals
speak with
ritual.
animals
Oh.
ritual.
Okay.
And then once I'm done that, I'll casually go up to the towards the ravens, gesture to them, and then I'll speak to them. Hail!
And so you're giving up the invisibility to do this, I'm taking?
Yes.
Okay, but Ventus and Krev, where are you
Yeah.
on the invisibility spectrum?
Up to Krev.
Well, they know we're here, so
And you want to talk to them?
I'll discontinue the spell.
Okay. So as you approach one of them, one of the things you notice at the ground of their roost is some, well, not a lot of meat left, but some blood. Obviously, it looks like they had been feeding on some sort of carcass of creature or beast or something like that. So you roam up to talk to one of them, and what do you say?
I say hail.
And this, yeah, speak with animals allows them to speak back to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in their raven-ish way, they say hello.
How fare thee today?
My fair Verona.
Exactly.
Anyone named Quoth? You know, Quoth the Raven.
Yeah, that's right. Oh gosh, awesome. This one squawks back. Well,
I see you recently feasted. Was it delicious?
yes.
What was it?
Mm, uh, wood beast.
Wood beast. Too bad we missed the feast. Perhaps we could have brought you some other things as well. How long have you guys been here?
Um, sent son.
Since sun.
Yes.
I see. I'll look over to Krev. What do you guys want to know?
Well, we could ask them, what is this place? See if
Do you
they
come here often?
And they answer yes to that.
What is this place? It seems like some sort of special place.
And the raven answers, yes, special.
Special for you, special for others.
Special for others.
Ooh.
Special for two legs like you. Sometimes
And have the two
sometimes four legs.
Should-
legs been here recently?
I was going to say, is it okay if we take something that belongs to two legs? We're two legs.
I'll ask.
You asked, have the
How
two
long
legs?
has it been since two legs have been here?
Two two legs feed us.
The wood beast?
Feed us wood beasts. Yes.
Did they take anything from here when they did that?
Nope. Usually leave. Never take.
All right.
Is there something they seem to protect? Something of special interest, of value to two legs?
And he kind of points his beak towards the large raven rock there, and says two legs, yes. And then he points his beak off to the south there towards where it's marked altar and says four legs, yes.
I see. Can you tell me more about the forelegs?
Furry, big teeth.
Repeat. I see. Sounds scary, but no threat to you.
Nope.
Is there anything we can do for you while we retrieve some things from here that are of interest to us?
And said, "Nope, um, full now. Just wait for just wait for four legs.
When are we expecting four legs?
When no sun.
Ah, I see. That should be soon.
Soon."
And
I
do
look over at
four
the
legs?
altar. I begin to make my way over there. I'll go and take a look.
Okay.
Hold on. I flag
Oh,
you.
okay. I stop. I wait for Baron.
So I go back to him. I'm like, do four legs ever bring you anything?
Sometimes.
What do they bring you?
Wood beasts.
I see. And do four legs and two legs ever mingle?
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, um, we are friends, and we are just here to retrieve some things we left or that were left for here for us.
And he, if a giant raven could shrug, he's shrugging.
Okay.
They don't care.
Okay. I turn back to Krev. Um, we should be expecting company, I suspect.
Yeah, which is all the more
Company
reason
of the
to
four-legged variety.
four-legged furry variety with teeth. So let's go over to said altar and get what we came for and get the frick out of here.
Am I allowed to
Mhm.
kill these things that are coming, or is that frowned upon by your raven friends?
I'm not going to ask him that. I just said we're going to retrieve stuff. That's rude.
If we
No,
have
I'm just
to,
wondering.
if we
I'm
have
wondering
to,
about
we
your
will deal with the
intuition.
ravens as well. I mean, I think
Okay.
Ryle's already got what he wanted out of them. He's seen them.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So
Well, let's hurry.
okay. So I am going to shift into something a little more comfortable. Just give me a second.
I love how you said that. That's awesome.
And while you do that and figure this stuff out, give me about 60 seconds. Just take a quick bio break, and then we'll be back at it.
Okie dokie.
All right, everyone say bad things about Brett behind his back while he's
Oh, I'm leaving the recording on.
Don't say anything then.
I'm just kidding, of course. We love Brett.
Of course we do.
So, guys, what do you think our plan is here? We want to go and get the item and then skedaddle before the four-legged guys show up. Is that the plan?
That's currently what I'm thinking. Um,
Okay.
I'm running with the assumption that it's somewhere around the altar because that's been the case the last couple of times. If I remember what you guys had done in the recording last week.
Yep,
So
you are correct, sir.
I'm figuring we go over there, we grab what we came for, or what we think we came for, and then we get out of here before the four-legged whatevers show up. Because that description covers a lot of things.
It does.
And then
We need to get back to the altar.
Well, yeah.
We need to get back to the oracle.
Yeah, this is the last bit. So we get back to the oracle. We find out what specific locations we've managed to achieve, and then carry on with the next bit of the story.
Do you imagine that at the oracle we're going to need to place these items in the stone giant's statue's hands?
No, we just brought it into the oracle's room, and they went, it's the such and such of so and so. I can tell you this then.
Oh, wonderful. Great, great.
It's just whatever
I'm
we bring back, if it's associated with hill giants, they'll tell us about the hill giants. If it's associated with cloud giants, they'll tell us about the cloud giants. We weren't like we brought back a frost giant relic. It's like we want to hear about the hill giants. Nope, I'm going to tell you about frost giants now.
Gotcha.
And I'm back.
Are we keeping
Keep going.
welcome back?
Yep. Roll a one
No, I
d
was
three
wondering
to.
if we're keeping a
I was going to say roll a one d three to
one d
just
three to
yeah
what?
just decide who died after that comment
Oh
when I had
no,
to take a bio break.
I was just joking.
Sorry, go ahead.
It was Minnie Penny died, and I brought her back here.
Yes.
She has no idea.
That's a great
Some,
out.
oh, and
the
red,
sudden
how
poof
sweet
of
that was.
feathers.
All right, let's
You
get
just wait. I'm gonna start telling Minnie Penny all this stuff when we have our little
you stop.
bird
You
chats at night.
stop. Speak with animals, you bastard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you were up, Brian. You going to the altar?
I used to have this creature on my um, in my like my shape shifting options, but then I took it off because I just made it into something else instead. So that kind of sucks. But do you remember, Brett? We custom did a giant cat for me.
Custom did a which?
A giant cat for me.
Giant cat. Yeah, was that? Is that the
Because
Craig
they-
cat or something like that, or something else?
No, but that was the dire cat.
Oh yeah.
And now it's not my thing anymore. So so that's what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna turn into a big dire kitty. And if we encounter some four-legged critters, I'll be a giant four-legged critter myself, but kitty cat this time. And I am going to do some investigative stuff. So I'll do some like I'm just trying to think. Sorry, I'm trying to look at too many things at once here. I just have advantage on perception checks of the land smell. I'll use this. Yeah, that's not the right one. That'll work.
Okay, and what?
And
Ooh, a crit. A crit.
Yeah, and are you looking? Are you smelling? What are you trying to perceive?
I am smelling, and I'm trying to see if I can figure out what these four-legged creatures are, and if they're nearby. I'm looking for remnant smells. If they come here regularly.
Yeah. You don't see any tracks right away due to the relatively or the newish fallen snow. Again, it's not very deep snow, but just a bit of a covering. But you do sniff up some tracks, especially around the altar there, and you're smelling something wolf, lupine.
Okay.
Mixed within that, though, you do get a little bit of a human smell, like humans that would spend a lot of time in the forest, whether that be druids, barbarians, whatever, that kind of thing. It's not a human like water deep human.
Okay. And I will sniff around and can I tell which direction that these guys would have come from or gone, or?
They seem to come from most like from the south, generally. But any one particular direction, no, not really. Certainly, a lot heading towards the river that sneaks its way up by Raven Rock, which would be a landmark to follow to get in and out of this area.
Okay.
And as you guys arrived at dusk, and it's been, I don't know, probably 30-ish minutes or so, Obviously, it is getting darker. That's that sneak.
I'm gonna lay in wait.
Okay,
So
what's
I like kind of walk around the boys a little bit, and I kind of rub up against them a little bit to give them my smell, and then I um, head over to there's like a cairn or something nearby that that the smell is stronger at.
all around the altar here? It would
Okay, so then
certainly
I'm gonna look.
these furry four-legged things certainly seem to hang around this altar a lot. In fact, you don't get much of a sense up towards the Raven Rock area. There's a little bit of a sense along the cairns and such like that, but certainly concentrated here, and you don't get a sense that they've ever been up here.
Okay.
You get other smells up here, more of that human, humans in the woods kind of smell up here, but not that woofy lupine smell.
Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, so where was that? Sorry.
Where was the furry woodland smell?
Give me a second. I've got to zoom out because I didn't see where you were pinging. This is a bigger map than I realized. Okay. Yes. Again, please.
Okay, furry
So,
furry woofy smell here, really concentrated. Yep, a little bit here and here, and also to like just kind of in the general southern direction that they would, you get the sense that they kind of come from, but certainly none of that smell up in this area.
okay, so I'm gonna start stalking over to the altar, and I'm smelling and paying attention so that I can hear them coming, smell them coming, whatever, and if they're making any like wolfy sounds, that's awesome. But if they're not, then you suck. I mean, I totally get it. So, um, yar. I'll just use my regular token for now. So I'm gonna skulk over to here.
Okay.
God damn, I have to zoom. Okay, and smelling around, and I'm trying to find if there's anything in particular around this mound that looks like maybe there's offerings there, or it's protected in any way, or just something.
Yeah, you don't notice any like kind of fresh offerings or anything like that. You do notice that um, there's a few bones lying around that seem to have been there as you kind of like dig away at the snow. A few bones that have been lying around for some time. You also notice some trinkets, um, you know, like kind of like beads and things like that. Some furs of animals. Nothing of great value, but it certainly seems that every now and then something gets left here, or some things get left here, as you would
Okay.
typically find around some sort of like you typically find something left in a form of worship and such around an altar.
Okay. Um, and so I'm gonna kind of quietly, gently go over to. Um, Give me a second. I'm just kind of thinking.
Okay, what's Ventus and Krev up while Bryle's doing all this?
Well, I had kind of meant to go over to the altar and just poke about, but I'm not sure if Brow's trying to like stop us from doing this.
I'm not now. I'm sort of focused on what I'm doing, and I'm gonna try start digging. So, but
Okay, I'm investigating the altar.
Okay.
I might dig.
Yeah, I'm just
that.
following. I'm following the grid,
Okay,
so I'm up there with him, unless he tells me otherwise.
gotcha. Okay.
That's for investigating the altar.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on to that for a second. So as Bryle starts digging, the first thing you recognize is the ground is like it was already hard under your feet anyways, but now that you're starting to dig, this ground is frozen solid. If you're going to do some digging, it's going to take some time. It's not impossible, but it's certainly going to take some time without the aid of magic or anything like that.
So I burst into flames and become a flaming kitty, and then I start to, and then I start to no, but I'll start pawing at the ground. Did you say that you guys were leaving or staying with me?
We're with you, dude.
Okay, so I go over to I actually go over to Ventus, and I, with my monstrous maw, grab at his robes and pull him towards where I'm digging. And then I, with my nose,
Awesome.
I hit it a couple times, and I scratch, and I look up at him.
Ventos will definitely assist here. I'm going to start casting some just regular old fireballs, trying to melt this.
What about that shard of yours? Can it warm?
Oh, the shard! I use the shard.
I
And
think part of it can warm it up or something like this.
yeah, check on
Hold
the
on.
shard.
Let me get you the definition of it, or the description of it. I have it right here. At least I thought I did.
Yeah, what was it called? It wasn't called the ice rune was the shard. You had who's got the ice rune? That's still with death with Krev. Yeah. Yeah, what was that thing called that you picked up off of that? Was it an opal or something like that? Yes, opal of the Ild rune. There it is there.
Yes.
And
Thank
while
you.
you, yeah, no problem. While you check into that, that's under magic items in the journals. While you check into that, so Dethic or Krev, while they're trying to figure out and possibly start digging around here, you've done some investigation around the altar. You it's like even with your roll there, it's kind of like your typical altar. You don't really see anything different or besides the point about it. You if you're trying to having been around a few of these altars and things like that, if you're attempting to get inside of it, that's going to require some strength and some smashing, and it's going to take some time, many hours you expect, reduced by the number of people that are helping. And if you're going to dig around it too, yeah, based on the frozen ground and such like that, it's going to, like, you figure that it may take you most of the night just for one person to try to get yourself around under through this thing. And obviously, as you guys help, it would reduce that time as well. But this is going to take hours.
All right, I go over and I see if there's anything I can do to help Vorpal and Ryle then.
And you can help by either doing some magic to soften up the ground, like Ventus is doing, or you can help by just brute force digging or whatever.
I don't have any fire magic, so I'll just lend strength.
Okay.
And I'm using a combination of my fire magic, and then I'm using the fire ild stone as well, just to try and soften this up, turn it into some sort of slushy for him that would be easier to extricate
Okay. And
the item we're looking for.
all right. And a couple times I got everything you said. A couple times you're just breaking up a little bit robotic there, but it could be just Discord having a moment. And sorry, Witchy just onto my sheet as a character. Oh, so you need another NPC character?
Please.
And so let me set that up really quickly, guys, and then we'll continue. I'll set up the. Go ahead.
I had one before, but I changed it so that I could do Craig Cat. Like, so I edited it to Craig Cats.
Okay.
So do you need like an NPC sheet for all your forms, or is it just one? I don't understand how druids work.
Well, I don't have to have them, but then I have to manually do all the rolls. This just
Oh, I
makes it
got you.
easier.
Gotcha.
Plus, for when I summon things, then it makes it easier as well.
And sorry, with this one, what are we creating again?
What do you mean? Oh, it's gonna turn into a dire kitty.
Okay, there you've got the sheet there. I called it Dire Kitty Druid, and then if you don't mind dragging and dropping from the SRD, if that's possible.
Yeah.
If you need help, let me know.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, back at it. Okay, you guys are digging away. Time's going by. There's something.
I'm gonna. So how long is this gonna take?
It's even with the three of you helping, it's probably it's gonna take at least 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
That's a problem.
Even with my fire stuff?
The fire stuff takes it down to about 2 hours.
Gotcha.
This is a lot of work.
Even with my strength and my claws.
Even with this, even with my scarf, you could if you give me a strength roll for your character.
Can I cast enlarge on him before he does so?
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
I'm going to do that. Is that okay with you?
Is it okay if Ventus enlarges you?
He like looks at you and like he's like kind of, if he could shrug, he was shrugging.
Well, I did it.
Computer for 1 second.
Congratulations, you're now huge.
To do my oh, so that makes my strength check with advantage now, or how does that work?
Yeah. You got the gist
And-
of it, buddy.
If you don't mind rolling that strength for me, that would be great.
Yes, I can.
'Cause I'm
You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and you score extra damage. I mean, it's a very useful spell, but it's only level 2, so level 2.
That's fine. My strength is pretty good, I think.
I'm just gonna roll 2 straight 1d20s for you, and then we can add the modifier.
Sure.
If we need to. So you have a base 15 plus whatever. I don't know what do you think your modifier is? Probably like a 2 or a 3.
For sorry, what kind of modifier did you mean?
Well, whatever your strength modifier is for the creature that you're using.
The kitty cat.
I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere in the area of 2. So you're probably at least at a 17.
I'm
So
about to tell you, I have it handy.
let's
I
just
had it handy a second ago.
okay. Once
I'm back on my computer, so give me a second.
Okay.
My +4.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, nice.
All
I'm
right.
a big kitty.
So
What can I say? I'm this big, gorgeous, snowy white kitty with monstrous teeth.
you guys figure you can whittle all this down to about an hour of digging around the altar and stuff like that with everything that's going on, all the magic, the strength, the Brile the huge, as he's known now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so no, so yeah, so 4, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm just now I'm instead of large, I'm huge. And I hope we get attacked by wolves right now. How long does this last for?
A minute? So hurry up.
Damn.
Oh, you're large. Only lasts for a minute.
That's okay.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna
That's
I'm
why
gonna
they
go
gotta
like a
hurry.
mad
Oh.
person.
I think I'm being really really
Generous.
generous with the hour, but what the hell? What the hell? So you're burrowing under this thing, and you uh, as you're going, you hit bone, but as you are continuing to burrow and uncover it more and more, this is a big bone. This is thick around, and as you uncover as much as possible, it is long. We're talking 12, 13, 15 feet long, and a couple hundred pounds. Part of the bone is wrapped in old leather, suggesting that it was possibly used as kind of like a big club for somebody that could obviously heft this thing as a club. Give me Everybody give me a nature check, and Ventus, you'll be with advantage
Okay.
for some crazy
Give me-
reason.
Give me a second. Remind me how I drag this thing on again. It's been a while since I had to do one of these.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You drag it on by hovering over the journal item. Don't hover over the three lines. That will just move it up and down in order. Hover over the name and drag and drop on. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about dragging
Nice
the
roll, Derek.
Ooh. You're talking about dragging the from the SRD on.
Mm-hmm.
You should just be able to search it on the SRD and then oh, you gotta turn the character sheet onto NPC. Give me a second here. I'm just doing it for you there.
Oh, that's right. Oh, crap.
Yeah, drag it onto that thing. Okay.
There we go.
Vorpal's looking at this thing and says, "You know what? This looks kind of familiar." And Krev, you would recognize it as a bone from a dragon. Somewhere along your travels or whatever, somehow, some way, maybe somebody showed you a picture of one, but this is looking like part of a dragon.
Okay. So I turned to them. It's like, I think I've seen a picture of something like this, but it was supposed to be a dragon skeleton.
As soon as you say dragon, Ventus's eyes just like open wide, and he's like, "Oh my god! Don't know how I didn't notice it. Yes, this is a dragon bone."
Of course it is.
So let's drag the dragon bone out of the ground and go. Because I'm almost dead certain this is what we're after. Because it looks like a giant might use this for a club. You see the leather on one side. And didn't you tell me before that they used to fight all the time?
Oh yes, all the time. Giants and dragons hate each other, and this is definitely a giant that has killed the dragon and taken his club.
And
Let's make haste.
and it certainly exudes some sort of magical like it doesn't look like a shiny sword or a shiny shield, but yeah, there's something a little bit magical going on with this guy. So how do you propose to drag this 250-pound thing, this 200-plus-pound thing, back to the ship?
How heavy is it?
250 pounds, and about 13, 15 feet long. So, do I
So,
see guys
how much?
hefting it up on
put
your
it in my
shoulders
mouth
like a
and-
canoe?
No, I put it in my mouth and I pick it up and we start to go.
How well you're whittling
It's only
down?
250 pounds.
Okay, you're whittling down from your large, so you're back to large, right?
What's your strength?
Even
What's the
eight-
actual strength score?
18.
So isn't it like 5 times?
Oh, wait. Hold on. Sorry.
So
I have
5 or
to-
15 times your strength score is what you can carry, and then multiple times of that you can drag.
Yeah, something along that. Carrying is your strength times 15. Dragging is 30 times your strength score. While pushing or dragging, weight in excess, your speed drops to 5 feet. So you're going kind of slow. but you can drag.
But you can carry it.
Yeah, so you're 18. Yeah, so you can actually
He
grab this
can
in.
actually pick it up. Yeah.
Holy mackerel!
That's
Just
what I'm
double
saying.
checking.
I'm just picking it up in my mouth, like I'm hungry for a bone, and I'm like, I just give him a little nod with my head, and let's go.
As soon as he picks it up, though, like he immediately shrinks back down, and it's much harder for him. And he's like, "Fuck."
That's still there.
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
much
mostly
harder.
it's. How did you say how big a round was this?
Oh, it's oh, how kind of round would it be? Um, like I'm
Look,
trying
all
to.
I'm saying is that even a largemouth won't open bigger than a foot. So it might. I am sorry. The visual was kind of cool with you picking up with his mouth, but I think it might be a case of we heft it up onto your back, and you're carrying it that way.
I'm gonna go with trying to bite it
Yeah.
and take it by my mouth.
Strap. If that doesn't work, we strap a harness to him
Mm-hmm.
and let him drink it.
Regardless, unless you're going to have the four-legged wolf creatures turn up right now, we're booking a retreat with this thing in hand.
Well, I was just about to ask for perception checks from everybody. Please
All
and
right,
thank you.
I
Here we
figured
go.
something like this was coming.
Now, because I told you, I'm intently smelling for this crap.
While you're biting down on bones that you just recently dug up.
Shut up. Yeah.
I believe the term is they are downwind from us, and we don't know they're coming.
Wow, we really don't know.
I also need to take a 30-second break. I will be right back.
Go for it.
Okay.
You get advantage on perception checks for sight and sound, anyways, don't you,
For smell
Brile?
and
Or
smell.
sight and smell, yeah.
Oh, Mini Penny does as well. For
Oh, that's
hearing.
right.
Let me bring
So I
up
have
Mini
it.
Penny real quick.
So I have a 17, but I also have a passive. Don't forget.
Yes, I don't forget your passive. And let's have Mini Penny roll with advantage, given that that's her and Jureg's whole job right now, is to kind of keep
Yeah,
an eye on things.
That is her deal. That's what she does. All right, so let me. Oh wait, how do I get to her sheet? Hold on.
I'll roll for Jureg here. Jureg's got a 22, so unless you think that you can. And a crit.
Yeah, she knows.
Yeah. So wait for Deathic to come back.
All right, I'm gonna delete Mini Penny because she's a hassle to manage. So
Why don't you guys go ahead and roll initiative while we're waiting for our friend?
absolutely. Let me make sure I turn my advantage off so we don't screw it up.
I'm back.
Um,
Roll initiative.
Yes,
Yep.
Mini Penny and Jureg were up floating above. They just rolled their perception checks. I haven't revealed anything until you got back, so I was just going to have them roll initiative until you got back. But now that you are back, they communicate to you
That's
just
Jureg's perception.
okay. You did one better than I did. I rolled for you just above Mini Penny there.
Oh, damn.
That's all right.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. So they communicate to you just as they communicate to you to be aware there is something approaching, and just as you turn around with getting this communication, you see four wolves and a barbarian coming out of the area nearby and approaching your general direction. Let us roll initiative.
Hey, add a +1 on this because my I can't bring a token on because it doesn't have a picture or something. I guess it's not letting me drag on.
Okay.
But so just add 1 to that.
Oh crap! I forgot to select my character.
That's
My
okay.
bad.
I just added you, and I'll throw 19 on you.
All right, thank you, sir.
No worries.
I'm still
I'm
getting
actually-
used to being back on Roll20.
Yeah.
And I'm
And sorry,
I'm actually 20.
you're 20?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, look at those rolls.
Wow, we're gonna kick the shit out of these wolves.
Large squares are 50 feet.
Yep, we know they're a long way off.
And Burrell, you get to start it off.
Um,
You're a giant cat, remember?
I is. I'm just seeing the difference between this and a panther for the template. I just make sure that it's the same. At least 20.
Can you paint?
And
I'm having a problem finding them. The bad guys location. Oh wait, never mind. I found him. This is them.
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So how far are they?
50 feet
Uh,
squares.
50-foot squares, so they're a couple 100 feet away.
350 to 400 feet.
God damn it. Yeah. Try to lay in wait, but and hide, I guess, because we're not going to reach them, and they're not going to reach us. As this big cat is like, hmm?
With a bone sticking out of its mouth.
So I toss the bone and I lay in wait for an attack.
Okay.
Once they're, hold on, how far did you say they were? A couple 100 feet.
3 to 400 feet away.
So if they get within, that's 20 feet, right? Give me a second. Yeah. So if they get within 20 feet of me, I'll jump them. But if not, then I'm just gonna lay in wait.
Okay, so you're readying an action just in case they get within 20 feet.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Ventus, your turn.
All right, I'm having to reload my thing because it's not letting me get to my sheet. Apologies. Hold on 1 second.
No worries.
Aha, there we go. Okay, I have 30 feet of speed, so I can dash 60. Let's see how far I can get to them. Apologies if you guys hear the wind on the ground. I can. So I'm gonna tuck up right here in this lower edge. Okay, Brett.
Okay,
See that?
good to meet. Yep.
All right, in turn.
Okay. Can you move there, or do you need me to move you there?
No.
Okay,
I
you got it. Okay, good.
Mini Penny is flying straight up in the air and is doing her circular, just watching for extra enemies.
Gotcha. She doesn't see anything at this point. Krev, you're up. I can guess what's going to happen.
Well, I'm guessing that they've probably seen what we've done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so much for negotiation.
Yeah. There's a big hole underneath their altar, and there's this big bone hanging out of Bryle's mouth.
Uh-oh.
Roll? Scooby Snack?
Okay, I'm going to actually try. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to make a image of a 20-foot tall, giant kind of wolfman sort of thing above us. No, wait, these guys revere ravens, or
Just go.
okay, like a giant 20-foot tall wolfman sort of person, howling at them, and basically, and it will bellow out. Oh Christ! Halt! These three are retrieving what is theirs. Be gone! And I'll roll a deception check if you want. I just try to get them to go away. So this is a major illusion spell.
Okay, so let's do your deception against their.
So there's the major image, and hopefully this will allow me to freak them out enough for them to, But deception.
Do your deception against their insight.
There we go.
Oh my lord!
I'm good at lying.
Wow.
Krev,
Okay.
his background means that he's good. He's a good liar.
Okay, let me see what happens here. Uh,
And it's
two,
snarling and slavering and just being generally aggressive in his appearance.
yeah. Uh, two of the wolves certainly look affected by this and aren't too sure what to do. Oh, I forgot to roll for one more wolf. Yeah. Uh, the other two wolves and the human barbarian looks startled for a moment, and then they're not having any of it.
Okay. Well, that's kind of my action, but I'll keep the illusion going because I have a few more ideas.
Okay, sounds good. I will just mark two of these guys as such. Why did I think there was more than? Okay, never mind. Going some reason I thought there was 5 wolves. Anyways, two of the wolves affected by it. 2 wolves and the human barbarian not. And is that your turn?
Unless you're going to let me kind of bend all the rules and have more. Yes, it's my turn.
No,
I didn't
no,
think
that's
so.
not going to happen.
I didn't think so. Onward.
um, the barbarian's turn is next. This barbarian, male barbarian, is not looking very happy at you. Starts to get really snarly and angry, and as this happens, you see the barbarian start to get bigger and furrier.
Oh fuck, they're lycanthropes.
I knew this. I knew this.
Yeah,
I didn't say
I
anything.
pretty much knew it too. I just wasn't saying anything because, Krev wouldn't.
As we see them changing, is there a way for us to do a nature check to see what's going on, or do we
Oh, I think we've all heard stories about werewolves.
Okay.
Yeah, is there anything you want to try to figure out through the nature check, or are you just trying to?
I was just trying to determine that is turning into. But if we know it, if we've seen it before, we know it. So.
Yeah, I would agree that you've all heard stories of werewolves and vampires and stuff like that, and whether you believe them or have encountered them in the past, something in front of you just turned into a wolf. Some human in front of you just turned into a wolf. And it will move forward.
I'm hoping it isn't actually 50 foot wide.
No, but it is actually it's medium. I thought it was large. Excuse me. It is medium, so it's your size.
Are the other wolves large or medium?
No,
Are they dire
they're
wolves?
medium as well.
Okay.
So they're all your size.
So we have 1 wolf hybrid and 4 wolves.
As far as you know, yes. And so that's
Thank God we all have that boon of restoration after this, because we may need it.
I'm gonna keep the tribal warrior on there now. Werewolf, barbarian, whatever, and these guys, these 2 wolves that are unaffected, are going to dash up.
Okay.
So about there, and on depending on what, yeah, okay, something else. Burrell, you're up.
Excuse me. How far are they now?
Still about 300-ish feet away. You guys got some distance to cover here.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna start moving towards them. But I mean, so Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to set up this character sheet at the same time. So, okay, so, so no one's moved forward towards these guys,
None of your party, no.
not meaningfully anyway. Okay, so I will move. Let me move one here. Hold on one second.
And Ventus, based on where you are, I'll give you a half cover. You're kind of down in a not a ditch, but you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so I'm just going to move towards them a little bit so that I'm in the front.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, if they come in range, I'll pounce.
Okay. Ventus, your turn.
All right. I'm going to hop up behind this boulder, which is within my 30-foot movement.
Yep.
And then I'm going to hold my action. If they come within 120 thing right here,
Yep.
I'm going to plop down wall of fire right, which is 60 feet long. So depending on where they come from, I'll either put it here,
Yep.
just depending on where they go.
Gotcha.
And in turn.
Gotcha. And what you're hiding behind is a menhir, which is essentially like a decent sized tree. So that'll be 3/4 cover while you're behind there.
Wonderful.
It's not as tall as a tree. Well, actually, some trees, yeah, but it's certainly as thick as one. And Krev, you're up.
So I move 30 foot forward, and if I can just grab the right thing. So I think that's probably about there-ish. And I concentrate on the illusion, and I cause it to burst into flames and roar, basically as powerfully as I can get it with this magic. And so they now have a screaming, roaring, 20-foot tall wolfman yelling at them. And I want to try to intimidate them to back the hell off. So an intimidation roll.
Okay. Ooh, another good
I'm
one.
good at that too.
Yes. Yes. I am going to have the two wolves that are already affected roll at disadvantage against that, which they both fail miserably. And then the other wolf and werewolf, other two wolves and werewolf will just roll normal. Another wolf is now intimidated, scared, whatever. But the one wolf and the werewolf make it through.
All right.
So let's have that guy bothered. So the red dots mean that they are bothered by what you got going on.
And the other ones, did I manage to get them to retreat? Possibly, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. They're gonna back off. They're not gonna run away with their tail between the legs, but they're moving away.
Okay.
Safe distance.
Okay. I will keep, because that's basically because of the invisibility and now that's my spells. So I will just keep concentrating on keeping the image as it is for right now.
Okay.
And just to try and make them stay back, and we'll deal with the guys coming towards. That's all. I've moved. That's my action to modify the spell, so it is their turn now.
Okay. And that is an awesome picture, Witchy. Okay.
So that's what he looks like when he's in this form.
Yep. Okay, Ventus, they do continue their movement forward. So this guy, so I'm just going to show you where they would have moved to anyways, and then you can make your decisions based on that.
repeat that?
All right, it's 120 feet is my range, so it needs to be within 120 feet of them. And I think what I'm going to do is here. Let me draw a little line for you, and it's going to be red because it's fire.
So are you casting this now, or are you waiting until they get to that point?
So I'm going to wait till they get to that point.
Yeah.
If it's still within my, my holding of my action, if it gets to the rest of the turn, I'll probably just pop it so they can go around and then they can get that grip.
Okay.
I think feet long. Is that right? Let me see here. Pretty close.
And is anybody else getting? I can understand what you're
I
saying.
understand what he's saying, but it is coming through garbled as
Okay.
hell.
I just wanted to make sure if
And then it goes all slow motion, and I'm like, ooh.
It's the $6 million sorcerer.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. We can understand what you're hearing or saying. I was just wondering whether it's just me and my end, or whether. So it sounds like it's your end, but so far so good.
It's a difficult thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I can switch to a different device if needed.
Okay. Well, let's keep it here and see what happens.
We're good
Okay.
for right now.
Yeah. So shoot, where are we on the turn order? There we are. So okay. So you have not casted this yet, but that's kind of like your line.
Yeah, just so you know, if they get to that line, and it can move a little bit towards the left or towards the right,
Yeah.
depending on how it approaches.
Yeah. This reminds me of a video I watched a couple months ago about, I never really considered this, but GM, DM metagaming. Because as a DM, I know that you had planned to put a line there. So it's easy to metagame and say, oh, well, then they're going to go to the south or the north or whatever. But no, obviously they're going to continue on the path, which was to go directly toward you guys. Okay, Baral, you're up.
Okay, so
But their distance and speed just hasn't been able to, they haven't gotten that far yet.
God, it's still so far.
Just lay in wait. You're the surprise when they get too close. It's either that or leave warm, which I don't think you want to do.
No, I'm gonna creep forward a little bit. I mean, I'm in stealth, as unsuccessful as it may be, but maybe I have advantage or whatever.
You've got this giant burning wolfman above you that's acting as a great distraction.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go there, and again I'm gonna wait, and I'm waiting to pounce. By the way, did you if you can add that if it doesn't take too long, the token, so that I can drag it on.
Oh, the one you sent me in Discord there?
Mm-hmm.
Probably take me less than a minute if you guys can.
Yeah, sure. By the
make
way,
it simpler.
Yeah.
Krev, the giant floating major illusion of the wolf burning dude is going to wall of fire them in a second, as far as they're concerned. It's going to be great.
Oh my God!
Did my quality of audio become better? Because I can
a little bit.
It has actually.
For
Okay,
the most
good.
yeah, for the most part it's fine. It's about every 5-ish minutes we get a bit of an issue.
So is that lore riding you?
Ooh.
It's going to be, yes. Look at that picture. Isn't that cool?
I'm not sure we'd ever convince Lore to wear a harness, but yeah.
So I won't exactly look like that either, but I mean, just
I'm minusing the horns, but the main,
I'm like, oh my God,
That's
I
all.
want to take that. Because he said that at 12, I think he's gonna take mounted combat.
Right, so you will be someone's mount.
He will always be on me in combat. You'll be like, I want to get mounted too.
Leaving that
This
one.
only works one way, bro. Only works one way.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there with your thingamabobby. Talk amongst yourselves.
All good. One second.
Oh dear.
Just so you guys know, I do have something I need to do at about 12:15 or so I will have to get off at about that time.
Okay.
So we have just under an hour.
Just under an
That's
hour.
fine.
What?
We started early, so this is fine.
Yeah.
What do we have in just under an hour?
Vorpal has to go in just under an hour.
Oh, he'll be dead by then. I mean, really? That sucks.
What size of creature is this? Large?
Yes. Just don't skew him.
No, I'm not going to skew him. Oh,
Because you made me all square last time, and then I turned into a rug.
yeah, you are square though.
So if that happens and he goes square, then stretch me instead long ways.
Oh, I'd love to.
Pull them all.
I'd love to stretch you long ways.
I'm sure you would. I just got excited. Ooh, hold on.
If this
Everybody,
ever goes too far, please say.
Yeah,
Otherwise, this is funny as hell.
everybody's joining into the fun now.
Exactly. We have to let you have a little of the rope.
Yeah, all's fine until my wife listens to the video.
Exactly. It's all fantasy. It's all just fun and games until someone loses their virginity.
Can we talk? There was a
you need to mark that so Seth can listen to.
yeah, exactly. There was a I think in the Storm King Thunder DM group and Facebook, some group, somebody asked what was the funniest thing, or name something funny that you can remember that happened during your group, or somebody said, or whatever. And the first thing that came to my mind was when Witchy said, I don't care if I have to sleep with the DM. I'm going to get some magical item. I can't remember what it was. And they all got a. I didn't put any background or context to it. I just threw that quote up there, and everybody thought that was pretty hilarious.
By the way, that's not a helicopter. That's the washing machine. Just so y'all know.
Yeah, I know. It's like, are you next to a jet? Oh no, wait. I know what your washing machine sounds like.
Except we're not at the new place, so we won't have to worry about that anymore.
It might be time to invest in a new washing machine.
Oh, no, that's a new washing machine.
It just sounds like it's about to take off because it's got a really good spin on it.
And it's like right behind me. I can like touch it.
Now, does your dire kitty have vision, night vision, whatever we call it these days?
Oh,
I don't see it listed there, which is kind of surprising for a panther.
let me just check.
It's modeled off a panther?
It's modeled off a panther, yes. So maybe they don't.
I don't see. Yeah, I don't see any vision on them. I'm surprised, but it is what it is.
Yeah, they got the smell, but they don't have the low light vision. Or actually, low light vision's not a thing, is it? It's either dark vision or bust.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that surprised me. And then hit points and all that kind of stuff. I always.
Do you remember when it used to be infravision all those years ago?
I remember.
Infravision and ultravision. You remember
But
ultravision?
they also have the tremor sense now. I don't. When was that introduced?
3rd edition, I believe, as kind of a supplement of blind sense.
So your passive perception is 13 plus 5? 18? Oh yeah, that's because it's you, yeah.
Yeah, I still get that stuff. And my AC is +2, as you can see, because of my stuff.
So your total AC is
14.
14? Got it.
That's why I barely ever do kitties, is because their AC is so terrible. But now that I have 2 items, it's a little bit more doable.
Okay, now try dragging that on and see if everything's set up correctly.
Right, give me a sec.
So I would like to mention at this point, Garial, not only does my glass staff do 5 times a day, it can do mage armor 10. It's a lower level spell, which is a thing because you don't wear armor in your kitty at 13 plus your whatever natural armor is.
you're going all like quiet on this again, but anyway, or not quiet, but
He was commenting
distorted.
about using mage armor on you.
Can you cast that on somebody else though?
Yes, absolutely. It's from my glass staff, my magic thing. Here, time out. I'm gonna move to a different device so you guys can hear me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So what's the duration on mage armor?
I'll find
hang
out.
on, I'll
And
look
does
it
it-
up.
Does it give you a plus on your existing AC, or does it replace your AC with like a standard? 14?
Your
It's
target space. Oh, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
go
Desert. Target
Go ahead,
space
Tony.
AC becomes 13 plus its Dex modifier. So if you have a great Dex modifier, your AC bumps up, and it lasts for 8 hours.
So 13, 14, 15. It would go up one. It's still good. And some of my other guys might be.
Nice thing is, it's not concentration; it's simply there.
Yeah.
And probably any magical items that you have that would add a +1
Oh, yeah.
armor class would still apply. Because
So then you go up to
the
16.
effect is that you put armor AC 13 on. I think is the
So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Okay, how about now?
Go again,
I can hear you
Ventus.
right now.
Purple.
Can you guys hear me okay now? I switched to a different device.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
It's,
sounds
Yes.
fantastic.
So far, so good.
And you would give me an AC 17 if you use that. Just so you know. No pressure.
Okay, so my choices are I can have 5 uses of shield or 10 uses of mage armor. So it's like now I have 4.5 uses of shield. Not a big deal. I can actually use this on another person as well. And I believe it lasts 24 hours.
8 hours.
8. And unless the glass staff is different, if it's just a base mage armor spell, then it's 8 hours.
No, it's just base mage armor. I had the number wrong. You're correct. 8 hours, that's still pretty dang good.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and at level 9, it might even be better.
Okay, so
Alright.
Bro, you used an action, or you were already in dire kitty form. You just wanted to get the picture up there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'd have the right buttons and stuff.
Okay. And I think you're still a little large, but I don't want to
That's fine.
squash you too much.
That's fine.
Okay. Anything else from Burial? Have you gone yet? I can't remember. Where are we?
How far are they now? Let's see.
I think they're probably a little bit further than that from you. I think, but
Yeah, because you were back a little bit.
Yeah. Well, except I was smaller, right?
yes.
Well, you're still like way larger on the page. than
Whatever.
you
I'm
should
really
be.
that big. I'm huge. I'm monstrous. I'm massive. I'm just a dragon.
Massive
Okay. Just
something,
deal
that's for
with it.
certain. But
Fine. No, it's
Ooh.
fine.
no, massive D&D player. What do you think I was
That's it.
referring to?
My ass. Thanks.
No.
There,
Let's do that to
think
you.
I think your size is, and I'm not talking about your ass now. I think your token size is more
Better.
representative.
Okay. And so I hadn't moved yet because I was barely ahead of him. So that would be that's there. So because I'm still being sneaky. So okay. And I'm laying in wait in case they come within my striking range, and then I pounce and deliver my lusciousness.
Gotcha. So that's is that your turn?
Maybe, yeah. Unless they come into range.
Yep. Ventus. Purple, you there?
Yeah, sorry. Instead of pushing push to talk, I pushed open YouTube, apparently. So yeah, I would like to cast mage armor on my buddy the kitty
That's
cat.
not going to help you at all. Mage armor on the kitty cat.
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. It depends on
Does
how.
this affect my my holding of the firewall? Because if it does, that's cool. I'll just quicken that one, and because it's my staffs, which should just be an action like a cantrip, and then I can quicken and then have the firewall ready.
Yeah, if you're going to cast mage armor, that's your action. So you would have to use whatever abilities that you have to be able to get the firewall out as well during this turn.
Absolutely, I understand. Okay, so I'm going to quicken with my action. I point my glass staff towards Belial, the kitty cat, and then all of a sudden he starts to glow this awesome like fuchsia color, and he just feels more hardened. And then after that, I'm going to use quicken. Oh wow, that's 4 sorcery points because it's a 4th level spell, and I have it ready and waiting for when they cross that line.
Okay. And then Brow, you can bump up your AC by doing it on the
Up
sheet,
to 17.
Yeah.
or just
Which one is it? The blue one or the
red.
red one? Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
So
Alrighty. Okay, and that's Ventus's turn, except for holding that second
Yep,
action for
end
the
turn
mage.
for me.
Okay, Krev.
So I'm going to move 30 foot north here, just
Yep.
to kind of so that they have a better reason to come directly at us, because I know what Ventus has in mind. To that end, I'm actually going to make the illusion start to gesture as though it's preparing some sort of cataclysmic blow. Just saying, and have it just roar tremendously upon them. I'm not going to bother with the intimidation because it's not doing anything really new.
Okay.
But I'm going to try to damn well make sure it looks like it's the source of the fire that's about to be visited upon them as they get close enough. Basically, I just say over to Ventus, when you're ready, we'll make this thing burn. And that's my turn.
You just get this like old man grin, just ear to ear, right back at you.
So you're not trying to push them back further, like intimidate them or whatever.
No. I'm basically. I may try that again.
Yeah.
But after Ventus's spell goes off, to just have that one more action,
Gotcha.
one more event that blends some credence that there is something fucking supernatural going on here, and they should go away.
Gotcha. Okay, and that's
so the hopes is the firewall pops up and they go, "Oh shit," and then run away, and then we can.
Yeah, this is real. This isn't an illusion.
Which will give you advantage or
Maybe
them
to do
disadvantage.
another intimidation sort of thing.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, and that's your turn.
That is indeed my turn.
Okie dokie.
So I think I can keep the I can keep the major image going up to 10 minutes, so that's not a worry right now. So anyway, sorry, their turn.
Yep. And I had considered re-rolling for we'll call them scared guys during your turn, just to see if they remain intimidated or something like that. Any suggestions from you guys? Like, is it just a
wisdom check is my first thought.
Yeah. Like I'm kind of,
don't they have to have a reason?
Because I haven't actually changed the events, so whatever. I'm not sure if they would change their minds yet.
Okay,
I
good.
haven't tried to have it. I'm not trying to psych them out. I'm just keeping things as they are.
Yeah.
And with the addition of the fire, we can do all the checks again if you like.
Okay, I'm
Oh
good with
yeah,
that.
we could do like a contest thing. That'd be great. I think that's right.
Okay.
Well, it kind of is going to be my intimidation against their perception or saving throw or what have you.
Gotcha. Well, if this guy could move, he would go there. Now, hang on, Ventus. I know what your plan is, and this guy would move to about there. So
I guess
I'm assuming wall of fire goes up as the werewolf walks through that line, your imaginary line there, Ventus.
The wall, yes, sir. The wall of fire is going to come up as soon as he gets within 5 feet of my designated spot.
Okay.
So he's going to get burnt and decide at that point whether he wants to go through the fire or what. So let me go ahead and roll that for you.
And I've made every effort to just have the illusion gesture as though this is the event.
Okay.
My action was to control the illusion this turn.
So you're trying to convince them you have a magical wolf that's a wolf god that's casting wall of fire.
Basically, yes. Remember, I did cause the wolf god giant wolf, hybrid thing to burst into flame as though.
Yep.
It's just yeah.
Okay, so the werewolf needs to make a dex saving throw to determine how badly it's going to get burnt. So let's start there. And an 18. How does that match up against your How does that match? How does an 18 match up against your DC there?
So there's the wall of fire. Let me go ahead and roll the damage for you.
I'm guessing his. Let's see. If my DC is 15, I'm guessing his is 16 because I believe you've got an 18 charisma, Vorpal.
Yeah, we'll check.
Yeah, it's 16, but I'm level 20 charisma now.
Oh, so he's actually got a 17 DC because we've all got proficiency modifier of 3. He's got a +5 from his charisma, so that's 8. So 8 and 8.
Okay. You may want to look at the spell card at some point as to why it's showing a DC 16 or your thing at some point. But DC 17. The werewolf rolled an 18. I did look into. I touched on this before. They released something where you can make global changes to stuff, and I really wanted to make a global change to the NPCs so you could actually see what they're rolling. Unfortunately, it only makes a global change to any new characters, NPCs. So I now have to go looking at Roll20 scripts to do that, and I'm not a script master, so I'll have to worry about that or try to figure that out.
His DC is actually 16. I just remembered that I've got a charisma of 18 now. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So mine's 15. His is 16.
Okay, so werewolf takes half of that damage. So I'm gonna scoot werewolf back a bit. So first thing is he takes half that damage, which is 13.
That's just from the hot side. If he steps through, it's more damage.
Yes, and based on that dexterity check as well, I would say that he's able to stop himself as he starts to burn on the hot side, and he's not going to want any more of that. Is that pretty much the length, that red line, is that pretty much the length of the wall of fire?
So it's a 60-foot line, and it's 20 feet high, I believe.
Okay, so yeah, that's looking like 60 feet, give or take. It might actually be a little bit on the short side, so...
it's 1 foot thick as well.
Yeah. Okay, so... I'm just trying to figure out... Okay, so he moved about 30 feet back, so he's... So he's back away from the wall of fire so that he doesn't continue to get burned by it, but now he's going around it. If that's fair, that he was able to... I would say dexterity-wise, he was able to stop rather than go through it. He did get burned. He took half damage, and he said, nuts to this, I'm going to go around this wall. Sound about right?
Yeah, sure. Does he need to make a check to see if he's scared off and thinks that it's an actual deity way far above his ability to handle and run away?
I will re-roll intimidation if you need me to.
You know what? That's probably not a bad idea because of all the stuff that you're doing, so go for it.
Yes.
Holy mackerel. Well, your intimidation modifier is 7 too, but you're still rolling pretty well too.
Woo!
Okay, he fails, and Woofy fails. So yeah, they're bothered and cowering. So actually, he would go 30 feet back.
Yep. And
do they need to dash away at their top speed?
They were
They're not scared.
Okay,
They're
gotcha.
intimidated. I think it's that they won't move forward. So I think the idea behind that is that you can't make them move forward against their will, kind of thing, towards whoever is intimidating them.
So, unless we're continuing the turn order, because I'm basically going to get the thing to bellow at them to leave again, but when my turn comes up.
Okay. Yeah, let's continue turn order for now. So that's so Brile, you're up. Actually, what I just to jump a turn a bit, what I will give you, Krev and Ventus, is Mini Penny and Krev both communicate to you that there are 5 more coming.
Oh God. Hopefully, if these guys are scared enough, they will convince the other ones to stop. Well, if they all group up and come, Ventus, you've still got some fireballs, right? Ventus?
Ventus has turned his heel and ran. 5 more coming? Screw you guys. Good luck. Ventus, you still with us?
Might have opened YouTube again. Oh no, actually, he was offline for a second there. His picture just turned up again on
Roll20?
Roll20, yeah.
Yeah. I still see him in Discord. Anyways, Braille, you go ahead while we wait to reconnect with Ventus there.
I creep forward to the edge, towards the edge,
Mm-hmm.
and I lay in wait for them to come in my range.
Okay. And it is Ventus's turn, so we're gonna.
Yeah, we need him to get back on.
Yeah, he just dropped from Discord
He'll
as well.
probably be back in a second.
Yeah. Capcom Dvorpal, do you read?
I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
You're covering your microphone.
Oh, sorry. Weird internet connection problem.
You-
I'm back.
Okay, you're still very muted though, like as if you're holding your microphone or something.
Better?
There we go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Beautiful.
That's all right. Okay, where are we? Dire
So
Kitty.
did you hear the part about there are 5 more on the way?
Ah!
we thought that's why you left. Nuts to this. I'm out of here.
So I don't know what your plan is. I'm still kind of hoping to get these guys to book it, but it's currently your turn.
Oh, it is. Okay. Well, then I will have the giant flaming wolf guy, throw a fireball at him. If that's possible. Or does it have to come from me?
Well, that may have a problem because that probably does have to originate from you. However, I can have him try and bowl it from where you're at, sort of idea.
Okay, so I'm going to hold my turn, crouch down behind the Minhir here, and then await the arrival of the major illusion, and for the cat to go away. And
I love your cat already.
That's just the Dark Kitty.
no, he's so pissed because he's giant and fat, and he thinks he needs to eat all the time, but he doesn't. Anyway, I'm holding my turn until the major illusion comes towards me, where we can originate the fireball.
So, to that end, because our turns are one right after the other, I have the illusion walk itself rapidly enough that he's over there, and have his basically have the right arm lift into the air, and a giant and a ball of fire originate, start to form in it, and I have it basically do like an. Have you ever played slow pitch? Basically,
Yep.
a big underarm throw so that it would come roughly close to where Ventus currently is, so that he can have the fireball originate from the hand that's throwing this ball of fire at them.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
DC 16.
And there is the fireball.
Wow. And sorry, I just had a momentary lapse of reason. This is going at the werewolf and the wolf that's closest to you.
I think so.
Well, yeah, I believe that's what you wanted, Krev, right? That's what I heard.
Well, it's your fireball. I was just providing the backdrop so that it looks like it's still coming from our flaming wolf god.
Okay, well, I guess, Brett, if we can wait on the turn to get more into the blast. If not, let's go ahead and just go with it.
The other 3 are hanging back. The other 5 haven't arrived on the battlefield yet.
Gotcha. We just toast these dudes. We toast them.
Okay, so you're toasting these guys. Okay, dex saves. Werewolf fails miserably, and wolf crits it. So werewolf takes
Full damage.
all of that, and is
It's
looking.
fire, so it's going through whatever magic or damage resistance is.
Yeah.
I hope.
Unfortunately, you'd like to think that he's got some stuff along those lines, but Oh,
I don't know. Maybe his fur's caught on fire.
oh yeah, his fur certainly caught on fire, but Woofy dies. Werewolf is still there, but looking pretty messed up.
Awesome.
And is that both of your turns?
Yes.
Yep.
And I don't know if he's more intimidated or not. You can judge for that. Because he just had the wolf god smite him with a fireball. So
Yeah, he's pretty. I don't think he's going to be coming back anytime soon.
And a wall of fire.
yes.
All right, to your southwest, come crashing through whatever things they crash through. Is another werewolf and 4 other wolves. Just in
What do
time.
they do when they see the fireball of the giant flaming wolf god and everything?
Well, they're certainly concerned about it, but if you want, you can on your turn attempt another deception check on these guys.
Yep.
And where am I going? What am I doing? That was Krev. Okay, these woofies. So I've got a bunch of stuff. These cards minimized and everything, and unfortunately, they lay on top of everything. So if I go to try to get something underneath them, blah blah blah, stuff happens. So these guys.
Hashtag DM problems.
Yeah, exactly. So these guys scoot 80 feet that way. This guy is scooting back. He's having none of this. We made you checks down the road, but we'll worry about that later. Those guys are still they're these guys here are out of sight. Like they've headed off to a safe distance. Let's put it that way.
Do we know if they were scared enough to just book it and like whining and stuff and like they're not coming back, or are they just retreating and perhaps gathering strength? Is that something we can see?
Yeah, I don't know if we know that.
Yeah, they certainly didn't look like feared, like a fear spell.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
They looked like they had to go and figure out a better way to deal with this.
Strategy.
Well, okay, Brile.
Bral, you're up.
Okay,
Get him,
so,
kitty cat.
There's nobody in my range though now.
No,
That's fine. You are our ace in the hole if they get too close.
Okay, I will move over here. That's at double speed, but only half as far as I can go because I'm stealth. So that's my turn.
half as far as you can go because of which?
Still stealthing.
So
Oh,
I'm
stealthing.
I'm stealth, and I double moved so that I don't even get an attack this round.
I forgot.
Although I might get to check my stealth again now. It's new people.
I would say not because you're moving as quietly as you would move regardless of other people showing up. Unless
You think you're stealthed is just we know that it sucks, but you think you're stealthed. You think no one can see you and no one's giving you any indication that you can't.
Just throwing it out
Yeah,
there.
I'm-
I thought you want to be a nice person or whatever.
hey, you got an oath bow. I'm nice enough.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't think there's any magic left in the inventory after all the shit you guys
Whatever.
pulled off.
Okay, it's your turn.
Please give me your giant sword. I'm going on quests.
Yeah, we've gotten more than our fair share of shit. The funny thing is, the fellow with the oath bow isn't here to use it on them right now.
Yeah, that's right, eh?
But yeah, that will be solved in future.
Yeah. Okay, Ventus, you're up.
All right, I'm going to hold my turn and wait for them to get within probably 120 feet of me, and then I'm going to toss a firebolt at them. They can't.
Okay. And what was your stealth roll? What was Brow's stealth
I'm gonna
roll?
stay
Because
there.
I can't remember it.
It was terrible.
Okay. Terrible's good. Krev, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna move a little bit closer to Ventus here. another 30 foot or so, and I'm gonna have the the god creature kind of crouch down a bit and just at the oncoming fellows, mostly so that it looks like any firebolts or eldritch blasts that could coming are coming from its mouth, sort of idea. So it's breathing spells at them, because I want to start casting things, um, just having it go, just with the mouth hanging open, so it looks like the spells are coming from it still.
Gotcha.
That is such a cool image. I love it.
So that unfortunately is my turn to rearrange to basically set up the cannon for the next turn.
Alrighty.
I am done.
Okay. And I'm just going to put these guys on the GM layer, just so it allows me to know who's active and who's moving, who's pushing back. So these guys, once again, head in your direction about yay. And then, whoops, picked up the wrong guy. This guy's off in that direction. Okay. Bro, you're up.
Shit, still, eh? Well, I sneak forward just a little bit, hugging the wall here, and I lie in wait.
You are so stealthy.
I am so stealthy. No one sees me.
Ventus, your turn.
All right, I'm going to continue to do what I did last turn. I love my spot here. I love the idea. Instead of the cantrip, I'm going to toss a fireball at them if they get close.
What's the range of fireball? Because they're still like over 200 feet away.
My cantrip and my fireball are both 120 feet. Actually, fireball is 150. Cantrip is 120.
Okay, they're too far, so you may want to delay if they come close enough, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was. I don't know if you heard that part. I think my finger get off the push.
No, I think we
I
missed
want to
that
wait
part.
until they get within range.
Okay. Krev.
However, they are within 300 feet.
Yes, they are.
A couple of eldritch blasts straight out of the illusion.
Okay.
One of the eyeballs, lightnings.
And who are they going after?
Both of these are going after the big guy.
Okay.
This fellow.
Uh,
Does the 11 hit?
Holy mackerel.
Guessing the 18 does.
Yeah, sorry. Man, not the biggest AC on that guy. The 11 does not hit, but the 18 does. And a 7.
Oh, yeah, 7. Ignore the 9, because
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's from the crit.
Yeah. Okay. Takes a little bit of damage.
Alright, that's my turn.
Okay.
Let's actually, I'm going to move. I am actually going to move a little bit closer again so that I can line everything up properly with Ventus and myself.
Okay. Since these guys go one after the other, I'm going to have... Why isn't this working the way I want it to work?
Because
I'm gonna have two things. Yeah, because I'm gonna have two things move together. What are you whispering at me?
It wasn't to you, I'm sure. I would never whisper to you that you suck, because that would just be rude. And you're the GM, and I want shiny things. So.
Okay, so this guy uses his dash, get right up in your grill, but cannot take any action. This guy is darn close. Can't take any action because he used his dash, and that guy is getting closer as well. Okay, Brel's turn. You've got one breathing down on you.
Yep. You can do giant kitty things to it.
Is he like looking at me?
And actually, just before, because that was the end of the round, Ventus, did they move in? No, they're still 200 feet away. So I think they need to be 100. They need to be 120 feet for you to attack. Do you do what you wanted to do?
I believe it's 150 feet for fireball. Let me recheck, but it's 120 for my cantrip for sure.
Okay,
So let me
they're within
recheck.
two. They're outside of 200 feet. So I don't think you're gonna get that delayed action. But let me know if you find out different, and go ahead, Brow. You got one right up against you. Two more on the way.
Like, how close against me?
He's melee, I would say.
And he's like looking at me.
Oh yeah.
I whisper to him, "You can't see me."
And he snarls with a smile.
Okay, so
And says, "Here, kitty, kitty."
oh, here, kitty is right, bitch.
If a wolf could talk, that's what it
I
would be
wanna-
saying.
I want to dash, but okay, whatever. Screw it. I'm gonna. The one that's beside me is not the one I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna hit the one just a little tiny bit, and then pounce, taking an attack of opportunity.
Okay. It takes a bite at you for a 23. So I believe that hits you.
Ow.
No,
Take 8 piercing damage.
no.
And please do a strength saving throw, DC 11, to see if you actually stay on your feet and make it to that other guy.
Oh, don't I get my attack before he gets his attack of his opportunity or something?
Yeah, I'd have to check the rules on that, but I'm pretty sure that's not right. Let's remember, it's an attack of opportunity. You succeed.
It's not a worry. Now pounce.
Yes. So, hits with its claw attack.
An 18, I believe, hits. Yes, it does. And that guy goes down.
No, because then he has to do a save versus strength, and then if he's prone, I get to bite him.
Whatever, whatever.
Well, but you just rolled damage because he died.
I did
Therefore,
already.
You failed to save, and
I
then you didn't bite the
know.
corpse.
Yeah, if you want
Fine. And I bite his head off and like, "Argh." And then I turn and look at the other one and kind of smile.
to. Is that your
With
turn?
Blood all over
And
your
that's
maw.
my turn.
Yeah. Ventus, you're up.
All right, I'm going to move up just a little bit to close the distance. I'm going to move right next to Krev, hopefully still behind the giant spectral wolf god. And I'm going to hold my action for a fireball again.
Okay. And Krev,
A couple more blasts at the werewolf.
go for it. Both hit.
Nice.
Oh,
And
nice
18.
smooth little 18 points of damage.
Yeah. Werewolf is looking pretty hurt. Bruised and bloodied. And magically messed up.
I don't suppose that I can use my move as to try and just do. Actually, no, because I have to use the action to get the. Never mind. I'm
Okay.
not using the illusion right now. So
Okay. Is that your turn?
yes, it is.
Alrighty. These two wolves, I believe, yeah, they can close in on Dire Kitty. And they have pack tactics, yay, as Dire Kitty knows well. So the first one, 18, which, does that hit? What's your AC these days?
Oh my god, it's 17 right now. What's wrong with you?
And the
Oh,
other...
with the mage armor? That sucks.
That's better than the 14 I got up to.
So
from
the one hits, but the other one misses, even with advantage. So 7 piercing damage, please. And another strength saving throw, please.
Isn't this the same round?
Yes, it is.
Who are
So
all y'all's?
you are knocked prone.
But do I have to make the saving throw multiple times in the same friggin' round for strength? If I'm strength, I'm strength. Whatever.
Nope, different guys hitting you, different strength.
Ventus is right. Same team, but he's right.
Hate you all. Hate you all.
These
It's
guys,
okay, we love you.
these guys continue their movement. Werewolf is going to sneak behind the one Menhir for some cover. Dude's going to go there. And there is actually some rule about taking cover behind other characters and whatever like that. I think if they're the same size or larger. Anyways, we can always look that up at some point. That's their turn, but at least the werewolf is undercover. And Bryle, you are up.
And I guess I'm up. What does that? So what does that do to get unprone? Take half my move or
Half
something?
move.
No, it's no big deal. I'm not going anywhere.
And both of the wolves that are on you are fresh. No hits, no nothing.
Money.
Because apparently Krev doesn't worry about you. So why Eldritch Blast the wolves that are attacking you?
They weren't attacking him last round.
Ooh, 21. That will hit.
Really?
8 slashing. He is quite hurt.
Right across the face.
Not so pretty now.
Exactly. And
And
bear with me. It's rushed. Do this right. Okay, and I will blow a second level spell slot. So roll 2d and start to regenerate. You will.
so that's your HP.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your turn.
That's my turn.
Ventus.
All right. Same thing. I'm sticking near Crab and I'm waiting for them to get close.
Okay.
Can I use 30 feet of movement and still be behind the giant flaming wolf god?
Probably not.
Okay, then I stay where I am.
Okay. We're approximately.
Never mind. I move my turn behind Crab, so drop me in order behind Crab.
Okay.
Okay, so I will actually bolt this one and this one because the other guy is behind some cover. So
one to each.
that is correct, sir.
Okay. One miss. Does one miss? I think one misses. Yes, one misses. One hits.
Okay, so the first attack was supposed to be on this fellow. The second attack was supposed to be on this one.
Okay. Thanks.
Um,
And the guy that's behind, the guy that you just hit, is the guy that was injured previously.
Oh, was this the one that was injured?
The back one, yeah.
Okay, then he took an additional 12 points of damage, and I probably just knocked his head right clear off.
You just knocked his head clear right off.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Ventus, your turn now.
Yes, sir. So what I would like to do is I'm going to twin invisibility on myself and Krev.
Okay.
Second level spell. 2 sorcery points to do so. And then I'm going to move up 30 feet.
Okay.
These grids are ridiculously huge.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Intern for Ventus.
Okay. So they just saw you go poof poof.
Wolf God is roaring at them.
Yeah.
By the way, you now have advantage on your next attack, which I think would be for both of your Eldritch Blasts.
Oh, that's
it's like one attack, right?
Very awesome.
Advantage because you're invisible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They can't see me.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if they would sniff the. I realize they can't see you, and then therefore there's a disadvantage right there. I'm just wondering combination of sniffing the air and watching for footprints. At least they can get a bead on your general area, but they would still have to attack at disadvantage. It's that whole idea of that if you're
I
making.
would like to argue that they would have to make a check.
Oh yeah, I think they would certainly have to make a check. It's that whole idea of that if you're making noise in a bush, I may not be able to see you to peg you with an arrow, but I'd still shoot that general area of the bush and hope I hit you at disadvantage.
Oh, absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Absolutely.
So let's so werewolf is going to make a little bit of smell in the air, and I guess I'd base this on just kind of like a general DC. So
I would say just pick it, depending on how difficult you think it is.
yeah. Okay, so werewolf picks up the scent, and continues moving on. Continue to do these guys in tandem, just speeds things up a little bit. So they have a general idea where you are, but yes, you are invisible, so that's going to not be very helpful for them. And it is Bryle's turn, I think. Oh no, you got a couple wolves to. You got one wolf, I mean, to attack you. Bite at Bryle with a 12. That's going to miss.
Mm-hmm.
And oops.
And by the way, guys, I'm going to have to go after my next turn here. So if Witchy or Deathic, if you guys want to run my character for the rest of this encounter, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, we can certainly finish it off, and then we'll call it a day, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, Bryle, you're up.
Okay.
And no indication of the other wolves or werewolves coming back from Krav or from Jureg or Mini Penny.
Cool.
Bitch is lucky I don't have advantage.
That does hit. Ooh, in the 15, we'll take him out of the game.
Kitty looks angry.
Is that your turn?
I don't doubt it.
Well, looking around, is there anybody else?
No, I'm just asking. Is that your turn?
That'll have to be my turn if there's nobody else around.
Krav, you're up.
Okay. Seeing that Ventus is going to be able to get within range, just doing some rough mathematics, I set up the illusion again. I have it go just have the flames erupt from it as it moves forward to line up a shot between the now invisible Ventus, whom I have a decent idea of his location-ish from his footprints. And it's ready for him to just wallop out a fireball or what have you, as though it was a breath weapon from the wolf deity.
Gotcha. So
And I move myself a little bit, 30 foot forward this way, although I'm not lined up with the illusion anymore.
Gotcha. Okay, so you get all that ready so that Ventus can do his magic next.
So that
this
Ventus
turn.
can basically make an awesome attack.
Okay, and that's your turn.
That is my turn.
Ventus, make an awesome attack.
All right, so I'm going to quicken and use my cantrip first.
Mm-hmm.
This, by the way, is all of my sorcerer points for the day. Minor illusion, so it sounds like the wolf god is actually talking, and he's going to say to the infidels, "Leave this place. You are not welcome." And then a fireball is going to come shooting out of his mouth.
Okay, let's deal with the fireball first.
Not bad, not bad.
What? Why does it say strength save? Is a fireball a strength save?
No, it's
No, it
all
isn't.
messed up.
Yeah,
It's all
okay.
messed up.
All right.
It's most definitely a deck save.
Wolf fail. Both of them fail, so they both take 32, which I think.
That might kill them both.
Yep.
Yes, they should have left this place.
So I shout over to Brile, "Come on, grab the bone, let's go."
I'm like rearing for a fight. There's no one left to kill.
There's no one left to kill.
I growl. I look at Krev.
I'm
And I,
invisible.
and I grab the bone.
And you head off
I'm
to
visible now.
I have the illusion leap into the air and hang there, kind of just levitating sort of thing, like 50 foot up, flaming and roaring for all he's worth, and I leave the illusion in that state, and we book it.
Nice.
And you head back as quickly as you can with this big bone in Kitty's
Yeah.
mouth back
With
to the
big
ship.
Bone.
And
It's a big bone.
big bone, yeah. Yeah. You erect it someplace on the ship, and Laz kind of looks at you curiously, but he's starting to get used to this part of the adventure where you guys
We're an
constantly
odd
are
bunch.
collecting stuff. Yeah, you're a little bit of an odd bunch. And off you go, and where we'll start next session next week is where do you head from Raven Rock?
Oracle.
Yeah, back to the Oracle, get the information, and then we'll see how things play
Yeah.
out, who's here, and what actions we're going to take.
Hopefully Seth will be here, and then we can do his cool little brother side quest thing. Get that all wrapped up for him.
Because you never know, that might flow very easily into what the Cloud Giants are up to in the same
I
area.
believe you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
But we'll play it by ear.
Guys, as always, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much, Brett, for doing the DMing for us. And Deathwick Richie, I will see you next week.
Cheers.
Ciao.
Take care.
Love it, Meanie, I'm sure.
Take care, Vorpal. Have a good one. And yeah, it's always fun. Always
Yeah.
Always good to do it.
I'm very much enjoying this.
I'd be enjoying this a lot more if I was level 8 with all my peers, but that's okay, I'm not bitter.
Don't worry, you'll catch up.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I'm just glad that the whole reason for you being level 7 was allowed to be pulled off. This
Yeah, me
was
too.
because this has allowed for an interesting line of roleplay with Seth that I have no idea where the hell it's going to go. It should be fun regardless.
It should be fun regardless.
Yeah, and that's as far as I'm concerned. That's half the fun. Like you go back to the original D&D and stuff like that, and it was Gary Gygax, I think, included a lot of role play stuff in his games just because that was who he was. But then the adventures that you created, the adventures were tend to be, you arrive at this temple, you arrive at this castle, you arrive at this mountain, and you're going to go in, and then obviously essentially encounters ensue. Trying to figure out traps and things like that. But there wasn't, the role play really was left up to the parties for the most part or the players to create their own world and all that kind of stuff. It was only when they started to take over like Greyhawk and or started to develop Greyhawk and Forgotten Realms and stuff like that they really started to write the role playing, not write it in, but supported it more.
Actual game mechanics that supported roleplay
Yeah.
aspects.
Yeah.
Like persuasion, intimidation, these sorts of things, rather than
Yeah.
just detect traps.
Yeah. So it's certainly fun to run all the encounters and things like that. And some of the encounters are, like, for example, out of the game with this one, all those wolves and werewolves were supposed to show up at the same time. Given that there was 3 of you, I wanted to kind of hold back and see. I don't want it to be a slaughter fest just because a few other players aren't available. But at the same time, I want it to be challenging too.
Oh, we would have slaughtered them. It would have been a slaughter fest.
But there's some other stuff coming up which I know is going to be more along the lines of those well-written, let's call them dungeon delves, where there's going to be a combination of beating things up, role play, tactics, strategy,
Yeah.
puzzle-ish stuff, traps, all that kind of mixed in.
If you kill Brow before he gets his next class, I'm gonna kill you.
Well then, Witchy, it's up to you to make sure Burrell stays alive,
I was
isn't it?
I was gonna say
You're
it.
right. I hide behind Krev. What is your next action? I stay hiding behind Krev.
Yeah, that's okay. Krev will protect you.
Excellent.
Yes, remember the DM does not kill anybody. All they do is roll dice. It's the NPCs that kill
Exactly.
people.
Yes. DMs don't kill people. Dice kill people.
There you go. Well, you guys are picking up the magic items.
Yar.
Is.
And we
We've
now
got a
have
formula.
now we actually have a bead on a magic item vendor.
Yes.
Who may or may not have what we actually want, but we can probably make arrangements for them to acquire it legally.
Yes. Out of game, it'll be probably like most magic item people, at least in. I guess there's heavy magic. There's you can run light magic worlds and things like that, and I tend to feel like I'm kind of right down the middle. I'm happy to adjust, but I'm right down the middle in terms of there's not going to be a lot of stores where in this version of Forgotten Realms where there's just inventory of magic stuff. That being said, in a few days they can acquire X number of items, kind of help you out. It's like antique shopping basically.
Yep. So I think at this point, again, an out of game sort of thing. I would like to acquire a bag of holding for Krev.
Mhm.
So I have my eye out for that when we get to encounters like the one that we're hopefully going to have in Silver Moon with this fellow that Lord Zymorvin gave us a bead on. One of the first things I'm going to ask him for is do you have a bag of holding?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll take it from there, whether he does or doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
We'll play it out.
Well, and again, a little bit out of game as well. I learned when we did the magic item stuff in Waterdeep, and I was flipping back and forth in the Dungeon Master's Guide because, gosh darn it, they never have all this information right at the same section of pages. Is I think what we'll do in interest of, I guess, time-ish is we'll determine the cost, and that will be based on the rarity and stuff and the guidance that's provided in the Dungeon Master Guide, and then you'll do a persuasion check to buy and all that kind of good stuff, and then that way you'll know, is it 500 gold pieces, is it 5,000, is it 50,000 gold pieces, and then it becomes a conversation of, okay, do you want me to you're going to talk to the proprietor of are they going to go out and look for it, which kind of real world, right? If you came to me and said, look, I'm looking for an antique, King Louis the whatever chair, I'm not going to go start running around the world looking for it until we've determined probably what the price is going to be and whether or not you're going to be willing to pay that.
Yep. Especially
I think you should go running around the world looking for it for us. Phone's gonna die here any second now. I'm like down at 1%, so I'm gonna have to cut it short for now. But
I need to go and make food because I'm starving now.
I gotta press on as well.
Okay, so I'll chat with you guys later, and have an awesome day.
Bye.
Thanks, you guys too, and